Today we're going to take a look at the Robo500-3 challenge, which introduces you to the ultrasonic sensor. You can see that right there. And basically, we've seen this before. You can see that you're going to go around the track just like you have before, but this time you're going to use your sonar sensor to help you do it. And the sonar sensor sends out a sound wave. Depending on how far away objects are, the sound wave comes back faster or slower, and so the robot can tell how far away an object is. This is probably my favorite sensor. So let's get started. Let's take a look at, you're going to be in a box. Your robot's going to drive along the course and turn before it hits the end. So let's go and take a look at our programming. We're going to start with open sample program, and this is going to be in virtual worlds, and then NXT, and then ultrasonic sensor here. I call it Sonar, but they call it ultrasonic sensor. And there's a couple of different programs you can use. We'll take a look at forward until close proximity, and here we have it. I'm going to take, this is what you're going to see. I'm going to take a minute to just clean a little bit of this up. So all I did was get rid of the comments at the top, and then right here there was a wait that would delay the program from getting started. So you can get rid of that too if you want. Just be careful that it looks exactly like this one. And let's take a look at how this works. Hopefully you've done a while loop before. Remember that if you have a while, then that while is going to repeat again and again and again the commands that are inside the curly brackets that accompany the while loop. And it's going to repeat these commands again and again and again as long as the condition is true. What is the condition? The condition is whatever is in these parentheses. And so the most important part of the condition for our purposes is right here. The sonar, the sensor value sonar. So this is saying whatever the value of sonar is, as long as that is greater than 20. So the way this is going to work is when nothing is close to the sonar, this number is going to be really big. It's going to be 100, it's going to be 80, it's going to be 70, but it's going to be more than 20. Then as the robot gets closer and closer and closer, that number is going to get smaller and smaller and smaller. Eventually, it's going to get smaller than 20. These commands are going to keep on repeating, which means the robot's going to keep on going straight until this number, the sonar value, gets lower than 20. Once that happens, it's going to go to whatever's next in the program, which is nothing. It's going to stop. This is a little bit higher level, but these two lines mean or. So as it's going to wait until the sonar gets less than 20, or the sonar is equal to -1. And it explains this. When you don't understand things in one of these programs, it's a good idea to go and read the comments. So let's take a look at this, and we'll scroll over. It says, loop while the robot's ultrasonic sensor is further than 20 inches away from an object, and then here, or it is -1, and it says -1 is the value returned when nothing is in the visible range, misspelled. Okay, so this is saying as long as nothing is near the robot, or if it's -1, then that means doesn't see anything at all, then keep on going forward. So let's go ahead and compile that and download to the robot. And look at this from the top. Let's go from the top, remembering that we're inside a box here. By the way, down at the bottom, I have used my debugger windows, once I download the program, this should become available. And you can select sensors here. You can notice that I've already checked it, which is why we can see this down here. We can also see that Sonar is S4, and this is the current number, 61, although we haven't run the program yet. But anyway, we can keep an eye on what this number looks like as we run the program. So we'll do that. Download the program. Here we go. Right now, the Sonar is 61. We run it. Still 61. Still 61, but you can see now it started dropping down to 47. We need to get less than 20. And hopefully that gets us past this line. We're at 24. Notice still going forward. And it stops at 20. Now, to complete the challenge, we need to go around the laps like we have in the past. So these commands are going to repeat again and again and again until this gets less than 20. So what happened? We got less than 20. What do we want to do? It will go to the next thing. The program will compile and read the next command. Right now there's nothing. So what do we need to do? We need to turn. So let's Control C. Let's Control V. Let's remember that to turn, and in this case we're turning right, we need the right motor to be slower. I set it to 0. Remember that this won't turn at all because we're turning for no time. We need the wait. And by the way, this is something we may not have done, or you may not have done yet. Once I typed W, it started populating. What could my choices be? I went A. Now it knows it could really only be one of these three things. We've been using 1 MSEC. If I click on that and hit enter, it fills it out for me. And then we need this to be parentheses, not brackets, not curly brackets. And let's say, I think 1200 has worked pretty well for us before. So let's do that. So now we're not just turning to the right, we are turning to the right for about 1.5 seconds. And let's compile it. And let's download it. And let's run it one more time. Notice our Sonar is 61 again. And we're going. Still 61. It doesn't, apparently not reading. What it's probably reading is the sidewall. Oh, it starts dropping. It's dropping. So we're down to 32. And when we get to 20, it turns. And you can basically repeat that process to get yourself through the entire challenge using copy and paste, or if you remember the infinite loop, you can do that on your own.